Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have with us here today book author Pamela Slim. She authored Escape from Cubicle Nation, From Corporate Prisoner to Thriving Entrepreneur. Pamela, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
I am great. How are you?
Good. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for being with us today. Hey, listen, if someone was looking to break out, in what way should they make that transition from corporate drone to entrepreneur?
Well, in this day and age, it's probably best to take a little bit of small steps, right? Because we all know what's going on in the economy.
Yeah.
And one of the best things you can do if you are in a job that does not feel right and you know you need to make a move is to begin to explore and work on business ideas little by little on the side. I'm a big fan of test often and fail fast.
All right.
Try things and move forward.
All right, so start making a list, almost like draft out. Would you say like draft out a business plan, whether it be on a napkin, paper, or whatever?
Well, I'd say the business plan would come after spending some time exploring a couple different ideas, right? So maybe a lot of people have 3 or 4 different things that they're thinking about doing, and I say test and try in little ways, find out more about them, figure out if there's any viability in the real world, and if something feels hot where you have the right kind of skill and competence and there's a market, then that's where you want to put the energy into some business planning for sure.
So massaging a model.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So how important is it for one to have perfect balance between, let's say, emotional encouragement and practical advice then?
The perfect balance is hard, right? I think when you think about what you need to do in order to move forward with a business idea, the personal stuff, the fears, the doubts that come up are a huge part of the process. And a lot of really smart people with great business ideas stay stuck in their head for years at a time.
All right.
So often you just need that little bit of goading to feel good, get some encouragement in order to take action. Usually action then begets momentum because the more you do, the better you feel, and then you don't have to worry about thoughts that trip you up so much.
All right. Yeah, perfect. All right. So what's the nitty-gritty then of getting this business off the ground?
Nitty-gritty is doing the testing and trying, figure out what is it in particular you want to offer. Critical thing is who is your market and who are the specific people that you want to serve, what are their problems.
Sure.
Figure out very specific products and services that can meet that. And then I'm a huge fan of leveraging free social media tools to get the word out. It's a great advantage in this day and age with Twitter, with Facebook, with blogs, is you really can expand your market and get the message out quickly. And I'd say, again, try things quickly, connect with your real market, and you can start to make sales and, in some ways, build your infrastructure as you go.
Yeah, no doubt. Social networking is everywhere. Is kind of social networking starting to replace out, for instance, like direct mail marketing, things of that nature? Is it really that powerful?
It's extremely powerful. I wouldn't maybe say replace, but it's a very strong complement. And so much depends on the nature of the business that you're in.
Yeah.
Social media is great when you're working with folks like I do in Silicon Valley, people savvy with technology. If you're trying to reach people that aren't on Twitter, then of course it wouldn't work, right? So a lot of it, I think we can mix some of the old school methods that work well, but I've found that many, many different kinds of businesses are really leveraging social media. It's so powerful, and it can really amplify your message.
Pamela, what in your best guess, or maybe even expert opinion, is there any one of those particular social network sites that may work better than the other? Because, you know, people want to go right to the meat on this, the meat on the bone, or should they use a combination of all, Pamela?
I think it's a combo. I will say I'm more biased now about Twitter. I was a resistor for a long time until everybody I know goaded me to do it.
Right.
And now I see the way that people can just very quickly send messages about what you're working on, and the networks are expanding so quickly. I went from 0 to about 5,500 followers in a pretty short period of time.
Wow.
It can be really complemented when you have something like a blog. So I've been blogging for 4 years. That's really where the meat is, right? People get interested in you. They want to find out more. That's where you provide the really good, detailed content at your blog.
All right. Now, when you were blogging out or you were sending out little firecrackers or bottle rockets with Twitter, was there any particular keywords that people should keep in mind to catch that attention?
I don't think words, it's more relationships. So you want to be generous, you want to connect with people on a human level first, and you want to be attentive, supportive, provide information, truly make it a two-way thing. If you just start to blast out your messages, that's not going to work. Once you really build that trust and relationship, people will love to hear what you're working on, and just speak from the heart. Say, hey, I'm just working on this. My book just came out. Here's the information. And people are very generous with sharing the word.
All right. So people have a great idea. They've got somewhat of a marketing plan or a marketing plan put together. And they have all these things that we talked about today. So, but they haven't quite dealt with other issues that come to them, and they could be anxiety, fear, hesitation even to get started. How do they overcome those?
Well, okay, the biggies usually are, on the personal side, are money, and all thoughts and beliefs and sometimes very clear reality about money, and family. Because when you are, for the money part first, you really need to make sure you have a very clear idea of what's going on financially. A lot of people fear about living in a van down by the river, right?
Right.
Chris Farley, motivational speaker.
It's a problem.
You know, and you know what? You should be worried if you haven't done a clear analysis, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know your particular financial situation.
Sure.
So knowledge is power. The more you get clear about what you have and what you need to work on your plan, stash away, have a contingency, have about 12 backup plans, right, in case your business doesn't work.
Right.
That is going to reduce anxiety.
Okay.
Now, on the personal side, when you're moving from employee to entrepreneur, a lot of your good friends are in some ways going to be directly unsupportive because maybe you're doing stuff that they've always wanted to do, or it feels very familiar or risky to them if they've never had any experience with entrepreneurship. So sometimes you need to create new circles. You need to connect with people who are already doing what you want to do. This in no way replaces your great friends. They will always be there for you, but they might not be the ones to go to with your wacky ideas because they might really thwart what could be great ideas that they're just unfamiliar with.
Right. And friends, and they do that, but not knowingly they do that. They try to put a firewall between you and what you want to do, and try to thwart exactly what you're saying, right? I mean,
we have a hard time with change, right? Anybody does. Even studies have been done, even if you're doing a positive thing like losing a bunch of weight or getting married or things that you think you want to do, you personally can have resistance because it's frightening because you're changing the status quo. And people around you might try to keep you the same.
Right.
And so it is a matter of understanding the reason why you're doing it. If you have a clear sense of purpose, if you know how your business is there to make meaning, not just money, because money can get you so far, but to make it through those 3 a.m. moments when you don't know how you're going to do it, you need to feel like what you're doing is making a difference in the world. That's the fuel.
All right, so one good idea, and I'm going to put this out there, maybe is like Facebook has a lot of different types of groups, organizations that you can join that have like-mind thinkers. Maybe that would be a good place to start networking, creating new friends. Would you agree with that?
That's a fantastic idea. There are groups like BizNick where you can meet in person locally. You can connect with Twitter groups that are also around ideas like small business. Facebook, as you said. Search on blog directories for blogs that deal with entrepreneurship. Read voraciously, the kind of authors that you like. I'm a big fan of Guy Kawasaki, who wrote Art of the Start, which is a great book. I actually got him to write the foreword to my book as well, which is wonderful. But, folks like that can really help you. And the key is, especially if you're connecting with entrepreneurial folks on social networks, very quickly you will be introduced to also people that are in their network. So it doesn't take tons of effort on your part. Once you tap into a pool of entrepreneurs, you'll see it's like going behind the secret door in the Chronicles of Narnia, right? Where all of a sudden you open the door and you see there's this whole world of people who actually have been very successfully doing business.
And I love that because that's a whole new set of excitement for somebody. Oh, it's time to explore. All right, so we got about a minute left, Pamela. If there was one thing in Escape from Cubicle Nation that you really want everyone to know about, what would it be?
Hating your job intensely is not a business plan. If you're hating where you are, the key is to really begin to take some small steps to figure out what's next. I realize for a lot of people it feels like if they're fed up that making a decision to leave your job is the biggest decision you'll ever make. But you want to make sure there's water in the pool before you jump. Right?
I like it.
Do your work a little bit on the side. Don't wait for a huge amount of time to get going. Just do piece by piece, and you really will get there.
Very nice. Pamela Slim's our guest here today. The name of the book is Escape from Cubicle Nation. Pamela, where can we get the copy of Escape from Cubicle Nation?
You can get it everywhere. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Borders. It'll be in brick-and-mortar stores. It is already. And so thanks so much for your support. I hope you enjoy the book.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thoroughly enjoy. Pamela Slim, folks. Get a copy of Escape from Cubicle Nation today. Pamela, thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much.
You're more than welcome. All right, head out today to your favorite bookstore, wherever it may be. Even support the guy in the local corner. He could use the revenue, too. All right, wherever fine books are sold, Escape from Cubicle Nation. Pamela Slim here on Traders Nation today.